On my 30th birthday, the first surprise I got was a live stream popped up on the phone of a banquet guest. On the screen, my husband Zion held an esports female streamer, Maeve, by the back of her neck and kissed her greedily an hour earlier. He had been kneeling in front of me, his lips gently brushing my 8-month pregnant stomach, whispering that he couldn't wait to meet our baby. All the guests at the banquet froze for a second, then their eyes all settled on me, a mix of pity for my misfortune and barely concealed excitement to watch the show. The butler, his temples dripping with sweat, quickly stepped forward, holding the phone aside and asked in a low voice if I wanted to turn off the stream or wait for President Payne to come back. I placed a hand on my belly, my voice steady without a trace of trembling. No need, just go ahead and cut the cake. No tears, no hysteria, no begging. Everyone fell silent, their whispers growing faint as they stared at me in confusion, wondering why the woman who used to break down over Zion's infidelities was suddenly so calm. After the banquet ended and the last guest left, Grandma Ravenna stormed into my room, her face pale with anger, her cane tapping the floor sharply. She grabbed her tablet, dialed Zion's number, and her voice was cold enough to freeze the air. But Zion only brushed her off casually, even mocking me through the phone for not crying, saying I finally acted like a real Mrs. Payne at 30. When Grandma turned to me, her eyes softening with sympathy, urging me to cry if I felt wronged, I took a deep breath and gently told her my decision. I wanted a divorce. I want to keep the child but remove the father, I said, my fingers gently resting on my belly, my voice quiet but firm. The child will still be your great-grandchild, loved and cared for, but will have nothing to do with Zion Payne. Grandma Ravenna stared at me in shock. She had never imagined that I, who once loved Zion so deeply and begged him to come home countless times, would make such a resolute decision. She hesitated for a long while, then sighed heavily and nodded, patting my hand. All right, Grandma will take care of it. You're my granddaughter too, and I won't let you suffer. That night my phone lit up repeatedly. Zion sent me 2 photos of revealing lingerie, with mocking messages attached. I heard the little crybaby didn't cry today, getting more sensible. Good girl. Pick one for me, and I'll keep the other as your 30th birthday present. I stared at the screen, my heart cold as stone, and didn't reply a single word. The next morning, I woke up to find Zion beside me, his fingers lightly brushing my loose hair, his other hand resting on my swollen belly, as if he were truly listening to the baby's movements. The baby is moving, he smiled at me, his tone gentle, as if nothing had happened. He offered to take me to the hospital for the routine checkup, but halfway there, his phone rang. After answering, he parked the car at the hospital entrance, patted my head, and said something urgent had come up before hurrying away. I finished all the checkups alone, sitting in the hospital hallway waiting for the results. Bored, I opened Instagram, and the first post that popped up was from Maeve. The photo was taken in a cozy restaurant. Zion was sitting across from her, his gaze focused on her, and the caption read, "Thanks to brother Zion, I wasn't dragged off by my mom to marry an old guy. I'll love him forever." My throat tightened sharply, and I placed a hand on my belly, gently rubbing it to calm myself. I said nothing, just deleted the app temporarily, not wanting to let their antics affect me or the baby. After leaving the hospital, I went straight to the company, determined to sort out all the affairs and take what rightfully belonged to me for the baby's future. When my trusted assistant asked about the game, knowing me, the project Zion and I built from scratch, I didn't hesitate. I want the project itself, and full say over it. I logged into the game, and the familiar interface made my heart twinge for a moment, but that feeling faded quickly when I tried to enter the couple space Zion, and I once shared I was pushed out instantly. Maeve's game avatar was already there, and soon after a pop-up appeared. Zion asked me to transfer $2 million to him, saying he needed it to set up a background for Maeve's stream, using our couple space. I logged out without hesitation, my decision to leave him more firm than ever. A few days later, it was my mother's death anniversary. I dressed in all black, a white flower pinned to my chest, and stood quietly in the living room, greeting the guests with a forced calm. Just as I was arranging